Well, this game is over. Cowboys, we got blown out. It's 34-6, 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The game is over. Um, I will be the first to admit I was wrong. Cooper Rush did not play a good game. He was absolutely atrocious out there today. He really was. Cooper Rush played absolutely terrible in this game. He was bad. Cooper Rush was on another level bad. Just a terrible game plan by Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy needs to go. I mean, there is no reason to bring Mike McCarthy back next week. Just fire him after this game. Now, this is not exactly surprising. I knew the Eagles would probably come in here and blow us out. I thought there was maybe a small chance that Cooper Rush and Mike McCarthy comes up with a game plan similar to what we did in 2022 and, shocks everybody. But once Cooper Rush fumbled that first snap, I pretty much knew it was over. And then we have a golden opportunity in the red zone to, score a touchdown. And, of course, Ezekiel Elliott needs to go too, man. There's no reason. I was wrong about Ezekiel Elliott. There was no reason to have brought him back. He's washed. He's done. He's done. This whole team, we need to tank, Fan Nation, Cowboys Nation. We need to lose as many games as possible. We need to get rid of Mike McCarthy and all these players. I will give the defense a shout out. DeMarvion Overshown, before he got hurt, played a pretty good game. Micah Parsons actually played a pretty good game today. He had 2 sacks and a forced fumble. The defense played their tails off today, but man, when your offense can only score 6 points, and please understand, even if Dak Prescott was out there, the offense was already playing bad even when Dak Prescott was out there to begin with. And I said that. I said Dak is a part of the problem because he's getting paid a lot of money and he wasn't playing good football this season. He just wasn't. But Mike McCarthy, I said, was a problem too. I said between Dak Prescott, Cooper Rush, it doesn't matter if we have Cooper Rush or Dak Prescott out there. We don't have a quarterback on this roster right now that's good enough to really be a solid starter. Not even Dak. Dak isn't good enough. Cooper Rush isn't good enough. Trey Lance is looking like he's probably not good enough because he struggles reading defenses. He does have some good mobility, but his ability to read defenses is bad. If I were the Cowboys, I would honestly start Trey Lance the rest of the season. There's no reason to keep Cooper Rush out there. The season's over with. We're going to be 3-6. There's no reason to keep, and that's a face mask. There's no reason to keep Cooper Rush out there. There's no chance. Mike McCarthy needs to be fired after this game. Jerry Jones, man, there's no reason to keep Mike McCarthy. Just fire Mike McCarthy. Let Mike Zimmer or somebody else be the head coach the rest of the season, and then, rebuild. Rebuild, man. Rebuild as much as you can. It's going to be hard because we're paying Dak Prescott quite a bit of money. He is going to be taking a large portion of the salary cap next year. So that's going to be tough along with CeeDee Lamb, and we'll probably pay Micah Parsons as well. So it'll be tough, but you got to do it, man. This is just, you got to get a new head coach in here. This culture is just, it's a lot of it is Jerry Jones's fault because Jerry Jones is the one that's created this culture down here in Dallas of these players being soft and just weak-minded and not really ready for the game. It is his fault. I acknowledge that. But it is what it is. It is his fault. He is part of the problem as well. But we just need to tank. We need to get a top 5. Top 5 may be hard because there's a lot of bad teams this year. But we need to get a top 5, top 10 draft pick, man. We can't keep Mike McCarthy here. We can't. Mike McCarthy is he needs to be fired. There's no reason to bring Mike McCarthy back next week for the Houston Texans. We just need to go ahead and fire Mike McCarthy after this game because his offense is atrocious. Whether it be Dak Prescott playing, Cooper Rush, Trey Lance, Mike McCarthy is using his players all wrong. This team does have some talent. Now, are they like a contending type talent? No. But they do have some talent. If Mike McCarthy used his players the right way, this team could be a playoff caliber team if he used his players the right way, but he doesn't. Mike McCarthy's offense sucks. Rico Dowdle was the best part of the offense, and he kept abandoning the run. He took Rico Dowdle out and put in Zeke. Zeke fumbles in the end zone. It was just bad. Bad. You know, we just need to tank, and we need to get that top 5, top 10 draft pick. Keep Trey Lance out there, see what he's got. Maybe he can get better with reps. If not, then hey, it is what it is. We need a new quarterback. Dak is not the answer. Cooper Rush is definitely not the answer. Trey Lance doesn't look like he's probably the answer either. Probably won't get a quarterback this next year, but we got to do the best we can with Dak Prescott and what he can and can't do. We need to get a new head coach, man. I will say this. I was wrong about Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush was atrocious out there, but I'm not wrong about Dak. Dak Prescott was a part of the problem. He wasn't playing good quarterback either. He was missing wide open receivers as well. But Mike McCarthy is a big part of the problem. These players, there's some talent on this team, but you don't see it because these players have checked out. They're just not being well coached, especially on the offensive side of the ball. We just need to fire Mike Solari. We need to fire Mike McCarthy after this game. Mike Zimmer, keep him for the rest of the year to be your interim head coach and just ride with that. See what you can do. There's no reason to bring Mike McCarthy back. This is pathetic. Again, this is not really surprising, but the defense did play hard. We were in this game for a long time, but just because of turnovers and bad play calling and bad quarterback play and turnovers, we couldn't get it done. Turnovers, bad offense, bad quarterback play. We just couldn't get it done, man. And Cooper Rush was atrocious out there. He was absolutely terrible. He was a big reason why we lost this game. He was 13 for 23, 45 yards passing. He was absolutely terrible out there, and I'll be the first one to admit it. He was horrible out there, man. He was absolutely horrible. We need to rebuild. We need to just move on. We just need to tank, get as good of a draft pick as we possibly can, and just move on. Obviously, again, we can't move on from Dak, so we're just going to have to find a coach that, is a run-heavy type of coach that likes to do play action, what Dak Prescott's good at, and just go from there. That's what we need to do, Fan Nation, because this can't continue. We can't keep Mike McCarthy, man. He's got to be fired after this game. Will Jerry Jones fire him? Probably not, because of the money side of things. That's all Jerry Jones really cares about is money. All he cares about is money. That's all he's ever cared about. But we just need to go ahead and just call it, man. Just call it. It is what it is, Fan Nation. I was wrong. There is no hope left. We just need to move on from Mike McCarthy. His offense, please understand, even if Dak Prescott had been out there, it wouldn't have been any different. Dak Prescott had eight interceptions. He had 11 turnovers in, 8 games? It wouldn't have been any different even if Dak Prescott was out there. We would have still lost this game 34-6. He may have gotten at best a garbage time touchdown or two, but it doesn't matter. We would have still been blown out even with Dak. We were only averaging 20 points a game with Dak Prescott out there. We were. Dak is not this elite quarterback like you guys say he is. He's not. And I understand it's not entirely his fault, but he's not doing us any favors. He's not, and neither was Cooper Rush. And yes, the problem is bigger than Dak, but Dak is a big part of the problem. He's getting paid $60 million. He refused to take a team-friendly deal. The Joneses tried to pay him twice those first 2 contracts. He turned them down. So we just have a lot of selfish players here in Dallas. We have very badly coached football teams. Very badly coached football team, and we just need to tank, and we need to get that top 5, top 10 pick, because this ain't it. We're not going to be winning it with Dak, but we're definitely not going to be winning it with Mike McCarthy. We just got to move on from him. And we just got to hope that we draft well. That's all I can say. Not at all surprised. I mean, I thought maybe the Cowboys could come out here with some fight, but I was wrong. I'll admit it. I was wrong. All right, Fan Nation. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.